Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to deconstruct a really powerful content strategy. We're going to break down how one YouTube channel has absolutely mastered the art of turning pretty much any topic into a viral mystery that millions of people feel like they just have to click. Let's get right into it.
So let's start with the big question that pretty much every content creator is asking. How do you make a topic so interesting, so intriguing, that people can't help themselves, they just have to click? And maybe more importantly, is there some kind of repeatable formula to make almost anything go viral?
Well, to find the answer, we are diving deep into the strategy of a Hindi-language YouTube channel called Fact and Rahasya. Now, that literally translates to fact and mystery. And as you're about to see, that name is the key to their entire approach. All right, first things first, let's look at the basic building blocks. How does this channel create that feeling of mystery before you even watch a single second of a video? It all kicks off with how they frame the topic. The heart of their strategy is this technique we can call mystery framing. And the real genius here isn't about digging up some brand new information. No, it's about taking established facts, things you and I think we already know, and cleverly reframing them as a debate, or, as this big open question. Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this mystery framing thing actually work in practice? Let's take a look at a few killer examples where the channel uses this exact technique on some of the world's most famous landmarks. Okay, so take the Taj Mahal. The whole world knows it as a 17th century mausoleum, a royal tomb. But what the channel does is it creates a debate. It pits that historical fact against a really provocative question, suggesting it could be something else entirely.
And here we go again. It's the exact same formula. We all know the pyramids are this incredible feat of ancient engineering. But the channel asks, were they built by humans or someone else? And you gotta notice that little side-eye emoji. It's so subtle, but it's a powerful little cue that adds this layer of like a playful conspiracy.
The pattern just keeps going, even with natural landmarks. Geologically speaking, Mount Kailash is a mountain, but the channel poses this question. Is it the abode of Lord Shiva? And boom, it instantly blends science with mythology to cook up a mystery from what was just a simple geographical fact. Now, this isn't just some random trick they pull out every once in a while. It's a systematic approach. Let's actually map out the different categories of content where they use this formula again and again. If you actually analyze their videos, you start to see three really clear content pillars emerge. They apply this mystery frame to history and archaeology, tackling things like Atlantis and the pyramids. They do it with myth and religion, questioning figures like the Yeti. And they use it for science and the unexplained, creating intrigue around everything from NASA to mysterious lakes. And those emojis you see? They act like quick little visual tags, reinforcing the theme of each video. It's not just the topics they pick. A huge part of why this strategy is so powerful comes from the specific, deliberate language they use in every single title to signal that, hey, a mystery is waiting for you. This word is the engine for the entire channel, Rahasya. It's the Hindi word for mystery. It's in the channel's name, and it's in almost every single video title. This is their most powerful tool, instantly setting the tone and telling the viewer what to expect. And this verbal cue is then amplified by a really consistent visual language. These emojis aren't random. They're carefully chosen code. A rocket lets you know it's a story about space or NASA. A castle means a historical place, like the Taj Mahal. A skeleton bone hints at an archaeological puzzle. This visual code makes the titles super scannable and adds this layer of playful intrigue that's really hard to ignore. So, when you boil it all down, their entire strategy can be distilled into this simple four-step formula. Step 1. Start with a subject everyone already knows. Step 2. Frame it as a rahasya, a mystery. Step 3. Pose a provocative question that challenges what people think they know. And Step 4. Add a little flair with those thematic emojis. It's a remarkably consistent and, honestly, an incredibly effective recipe for going viral. So this brings us to the final and maybe the most important piece of the puzzle. We've deconstructed how the formula works. But now we really need to ask why it works. What is it about us? What deep human impulse does this strategy tap into? The success of this whole strategy really lies in something fundamental to our psychology. It plugs directly into our natural human curiosity.
That desire to explore the unknown, to question authority, and to just entertain the idea that there might be a hidden truth out there. In a way, it transforms just passively watching a video into an active investigation.
This content model is, without a doubt, powerful, but it walks a really fine line and it raises a pretty crucial question for all of us. At what point does asking questions, just being curious, stop being healthy and start becoming something else, maybe even a gateway to misinformation? Where do we draw the line between questioning the world and just believing in a conspiracy? That's definitely something to think about.